Hello everyone, welcome to iLearning Digital Class. My name is Steven. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate those that have already subscribed to my YouTube channel. I am so grateful for your like and for your comments, and even as you people go as far as sharing my video to your loved ones. I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful. And please, if you are watching this and you've not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please kindly subscribe and don't forget to hit on the notification button so that anytime I upload a new video, you'll be the first person to get the notification, because I believe no matter how small it is, you are learning one or two things from this channel. So please, as a payback, kindly hit on the subscription button. Please kindly do that for me. Thank you very much as you are doing that. So few days ago on this channel, I started a tutorial on React hooks. Yeah, on React hooks. So I've uploaded a video. That is my first video. So in that video, I explained to us what are hooks and when should you use React hooks in any of your projects, and the difference between React hooks and React classes. So I have done that. So if you've not yet seen that particular video, please kindly go and watch that video. So today I'll be taking us further on this tutorial, and so I'll be explaining to us how we can use useState in React hooks. Yes, how you can use useState in React hooks. So now let's get started. So before we start, we have to create a React app. So if you don't know how to do that, so just come to this, as you can see on your screen, this URL. Kindly visit this URL and come down under this quick overview, copy this npx create react app my app. So just do that. You can change this my app to any name you wish. This particular my hyphen app, you can change to any name you want. So just copy it and paste it inside your command prompts. So but don't forget, you must have node.js before you can do that. So and if you don't have that, you can just visit nodejs.org and come here and click on this recommended for most users and download it and make sure you install it on your computer. So as you can see, I have done that already. So this is the default home page for React application. So any React application you create for now, this is the default home page. So now I'm using Sublime as my own text editor, so we have to make some little modification to that default home page. So I don't need the logo. Let me remove this logo here and come down here and close this. So I have to delete that logo .svg here also. Let me delete it. So I have to come here also now. Let me remove this and just put a simple code here and say hello world here. Let's say hello world here. So hello world, let me save. So and let's move into our browser and see that little changes we've made, and let's see if our application is still working fine. So let me try and reload this here. As you can see, we have hello world. So our application is working fine. We have hello world, application is working fine. So what I want to do now is that now for a clear for me to be able to explain the clear difference between React class and React hooks. Now I'm gonna first write the code. I'll first of all just give a brief explanation on what React class is. I'm going to write a simple code on how we can the difference between the state, this.state in React class and useState in React hooks. Did you get that now? So I'm going to first write the code in React class, then later on show us on how we can rewrite that code in a functional component. I think you understand that. So now the next thing we have to do is that now let me come inside this source folder here and create a new folder, and I'm going to name that folder components. I'm going to name that folder components. Now inside that component, I'm going to create a new file, and I'm going to name that file counter, because what we want to do is that we want to create a counter that will be able to count 1 2 3, and we're going to create a function that will be able to decrease that counting. So that's what we want to do now. Let me name this counter.js now. So I'm going to create a class component now, a React class component. So I've done that. So now let me remove this here. I don't need the prototype for now, so we are not doing that. So let me remove this here also. So we don't have any props we are passing. Let me remove the props inside this place. and also inside this place. So now the next thing we have to do now is that, now let me rename this away from component to counter yeah. So we have to declare this dot state inside this place, inside our constructor. Then we're gonna have this dot state is equals to, then we have a counter. We set the counter, that is the initial state of the counter, we set it to 0. Are you getting it now? So we set the initial state of the counter to 0. So now what is the next thing we have to do is that let's just come here and let me display to us the initial state of this counter here. So let me create a div here. Let me create a div. So let me do that. Now let me before we proceed, I have to change this something here to TypeScript React. To TypeScript React for a good formatting of our code. So now I've done that, so let's proceed. So the next thing I have to do here is that I have to let me write h1 here. So I want to display the initial state of this counter here in our browser. So let me do that here for us. So we just have to come down here and say we're gonna put a curly bracket here. We're gonna say this dot state dot counter. So we want to display the initial value. Are you getting something? That the initial state of this counter in our browser. So let me save and let's see what we are going to get now. Let me save that and let me see what we are going to get in our browser. Oh, we can't get anything, yeah, because we've not yet displayed that. So we can't get anything. So let's go into our app.js. We can't get anything. So we have to import that counter inside our app.js. We're gonna say import counter from. So we have to import it. We're gonna say from components, then slash. We're gonna have counter here. So let me we have to display it. Let me remove this here. Let me remove this, and we're gonna say let me remove this also here. Then we have counter. I want to display it now. I want to display that counter here. So let me save. So now let's go back into our browser now here, and let me reload this here. So as you can see, the initial state, and you get what I'm saying now, of our counter is 0. We set it to 0 and it display. So did you get it now? So now what is state now? State is a JavaScript object that stores a component dynamic data and determines the component's behavior. So that is what we've just done now. Are you get what I'm saying now? We set the initial state of that counter to 0. So now let's proceed now. Let's proceed. Now let me quickly walk us through this. Then the next thing we have to do again is that we have to create a button so that anytime that button is clicked, our counter will increase from 0 to 1 to 3 and keep counting like that. So let me put a button here. So we have a button. So we, inside that button, let me say count up here. Let me put count up here. So we're gonna put on click. So we're gonna say on click is equals to. Then we have the. So we're gonna say this dot. We're gonna say this dot set increase. We will soon create this function now. So say this dot set increase. So now here, let's come down here, and we have to create this particular function here. Let me copy this here. I'm gonna say. So let me copy this here. Create that function inside this place. Then we're gonna say it's equals to. Then we'll create an arrow function here. So what we don't have to do is just that we want to change the current state of this counter here. That is what we want to do. We want to change the current state of this counter here. So and how we're gonna achieve that? We're gonna say set. We're gonna say this this dot set state. We're gonna say this dot set state. Then we're gonna change that. We want to change this default what's it called now? The state of this counter here. So then we have a coil bracket here. We're gonna say counter. Then we have this dot state. This dot state dot count. plus 1. That is, anytime this button is clicked, we want to increase it by 1. Are you getting it now? That is, anytime this button is clicked, you want to increase this default state by 1. So let me save it now, and let's see what we are gonna get in our browser. So let me save this, and it's reloading already for us. So as you can see, we have count up here. So let me click on count up. Oh, we have not a number. So let's see where we are making a mistake here. You say not a number. Oh, this place is not count, it's counter here. Sorry, it's not count, it's counter. So let's go back into our browser here and reload again. So let's try it again now. You see, it's working. We have count up. As you can see, it's counting now. Definitely it's working fine. So now let's quickly create the decrease button now, so that anytime the decrease button is clicked, we want the number to decrease down. So now let's just change this to decrease. Yeah, so we have to create a function for this also here. So let's come here and create a function for this. Let's say it's equals to create an arrow function here. So we just have to copy what is inside this place. Yeah, let me copy it to save time. So we'll paste this inside this place, and we change this to -1, because anytime we click, you want it to decrease by 1. Are you getting it now? So let me come here and change this to count down. So let me save, and let's go inside our browser to check that out. So let me reload this here. So now let's see, we have count up here. It's counting up. Now let me click on the count down button now. So as you can see, it's decreasing. As you can see, it's decreasing, and you keep having it like that. So if you click count up, it's gonna be increasing, as you can see now. So in a nutshell, we've been able to write this in a this particular application in the React class component. As you can see, we've been able to do that in the React component class, as you can see that now. So now the next thing we want to do is that let me show us on how we can do this in React hooks. Are you guys what I'm saying? Using a functional component. Let me show us on how we can achieve this. So then I'm going to show us the difference. Are you guys what I'm saying now? Because instead of this useState here, we want to make use of useState in React hooks. So now let me come inside our components, and let me create another new file here, and let me call this file here. Let me call it counter. Let me say counter function. So counter function.js. So let me save that here, and we want to create a functional component now. We want to create a functional component, and how I'm going to do that. So let's say we have RCF functional components. So I have to remove some things here that I don't need. Let me remove this here, and let me remove this here also. Let me remove this here also. So now, and I have to change this to let me change this to counter function. Let me change that to counter function. So let me remove this class name here, because I don't need it also. Let me change that. So now we have to have a div here. Let me create a div here. So let me do that. Let me create a div here. So I have to change this formatting here to TypeScript React for easy formatting here. So TypeScript React, yes. So I've done that. So what we want to do now is that we want to rewrite that this particular function that we write in React class. We want to rewrite this particular code in functional component, and let's see how it will work. So the first thing we have to do is that we have to use useState instead of this .state, because in my last video I explained to us that you cannot use this .state in functional component. You can't do that. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So, but instead of us using this .state, we are going to use useState. Are you getting what I'm saying? I'm going to use useState. So now that's what we want to do now. So we have to say constant. Then we have this bracket here. So we set we have counter here, and we're going to have set counter here. So this can be anything you want. This set counter, it could be anything you want and put inside this place. But for proper writing of code, that's why I use set counter here. So we're gonna say it's equals to use state, which we have to set the default value now to 0 here. Are you guys what I'm saying now? So it's just the same thing we did inside this place. Are you guys what I'm saying now? Just the same thing we did inside this place. We say counter, we set the default value of counter to 0. So that's the same thing too. We are setting this counter here to 0 here. Did you get that now? So that's what we are trying to do. But there's what we have to do. We have to import this useState from React. So let's do that here. So we have to import this here. We're gonna say use state. Did you get it now? So for us to be able to use this useState effectively, we have to import useState from React. So now the next thing we have to do is that now let's come down here and display this counter here. Also the way we did in the other time. So let me come down here and say sorry, I'm gonna give it a h1 here. So we have h1 here. So now let me display the counter here. So why not display the counter here? So counter. So let me save this, and don't forget we have to import this inside our app.js for us to be able to display this. So let me comment this out. Here. So let me comment this out and display that application there. So one thing we have to do it also again is that let me comment this out also here. So we have to import that. I'm gonna say import counter function from components slash counter function. So from counter function. So now let me display this now. I'm gonna display this inside our browser so that we're gonna see that. So let me come down here and paste this here. So let me paste this here, and so that for us to be able to display it. So now let me save and let's go into our browser here now for us to see that. So let me reload this. So as you can see, just the same way we did for when we are writing React class components, that same way too we did for functional components here. So the default state display here to be 0. So let's go ahead now to display the button now. Let's go into our counter function for us to be able to display the button. So let's come down here and display the button. I'm gonna say button here, then for us to be able to increase the counter. So one thing we have to do again is that we have to add on click here, but we are going to make there are several ways to do this, but I'm going to make for us to be able to make this code more shorter and neat. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So I'm going to write it this way. I'm going to say on click. You're going to say on click is equals to, then we'll declare that function here. We're going to say that declare an arrow function here. Sorry, that will be equals to this arrow function. Then we'll say set count. That is this set counter here. Is the one working as our set state. Is the one replacing set state in React class. Are you get what I'm saying now? So with this set counter here, we can change the default value of counter. I don't know if you get what I'm saying now. So we can change the default value of counter here. So now let me come down here and say set counter here. So we're gonna say set counter. So we're gonna say counter plus 1. So let me give this here again. Let's say count up. So let me save this and see maybe if this is going to work. So now let's go back inside our browser and check it out. So it's loading for us now for us to be able to see. So as you can see, we have count up here. Let me click on it. You see, it's working the same way our React class worked the other time. As you can see, it's working. So let's click. Let's make the decrease button also. So let me copy this and paste this down here and change this to -1, and come here, change to count down. So let me save and go back into our browser to see. So as you can see, we have count up and count down button. So let me click on count up. Now, as you can see, It's counting up. Now let me click on count down. As you see, it's working perfectly the same way our React class worked the other time. So as you can see, it's very easy to write. That is one advantage of functional component, and with a very short code. Are you getting what I'm saying now? But on comparing to this, our code is very long. Our line of code is very long compared to this. Very short. Did you get it now? So I believe you'll be able to understand how you can use useState effectively in React hooks. So useState, instead of you calling useState, help us to use, instead of us calling this.state in our functional component, so we can make use of useState inside our functional component. So useState work the same way this.state works in React class. Did you get it now? So it works the same way. So but the only difference is that the functional components help us to write a very neat and small code compared to React class components. Did you understand it now? So I believe you'll be able to understand what useState is all about. So in my next tutorial, I'll be explaining to us further on how we can use useState effectively in our functional components. Hope you understand it. So please, if you are having any question, please feel free to drop your question in the comment box below. I'll be glad to answer your question. So, and if you're not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please, I believe with just this little explanation I've made, I know you've learned one or two things from this tutorial. So please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button. So see you in my next video. Thank you and thanks for watching. I am still your host, Steven.